Where tonight, the West Des Moines Valley Tigers are in town to play your Ankeny Hawkettes. The concession stand is open. It is located directly behind the bleachers. Any purchases made at our concession stand goes to support our Athletic Booster Club, which in turn supports all of our student athletes. Thank you for your support. Make sure you check out there. They might have some coffee and hot chocolate to keep you warm this evening. We want to take a moment to say thank you to our three officials for their attendance here today. We could not do this without them. Thank you. And we want to remind everyone here to watch the event that attendance at an extracurricular activity is a privilege. And as such, we ask that you cheer loudly and proudly for your team, but also positively. Any comments made negatively in the direction of players, coaches, or officials will not be tolerated.
You want something? I'm going to go to the restroom, so tell me what you want. Skittles or something like that? Well, I don't have to, but I will. Alright, I'm just going to get it. I'm going to get you. But you paid for my ticket. That's all you need. You paid for mine, right? Yeah.
We would like to say thank you to Robert Kirkwood, Robert Reeson, and Brian McCullum, our officials for this evening. As it is National Spring Officials Appreciation Week, you are not allowed to yell at them. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it is time for us to get started. Let's get our starting lineups introduced. First, for the visiting West Des Moines Valley Tigers. Number 3, Nora Fogarty. Number 7, Sabrina Rogers. Number 9, Rachel Wyra. Number 10, Eleanor Stone. Number 12, Dakota Cockrum. Number 13, Ava Hall. Number 17, Kayla Schoen. Number 18, Olivia Rotich. Number 21, Morgan Nichols. Number 24, Tani Scheichel. And in goal this evening for the Tigers, number 0, Amanda Pascal. And Hawkette fans, make some noise. It is time for your starting lineup. Introducing first, number 4, Sophia Kephart. Number 5, Presley Sullivan. Number 10, Allie Mackey. Number 12, Kirsten Peterson. Number 13, Isabel Squires. Number 17, Abby Steinkamp. Number 20, Ava Paoli. Number 24, Kyla Shopville. Number 26, Sydney Van Howling. Number 29, Avery Taylor. And your goalkeeper for the Hawkettes this evening, number 0, Claire Close. West Des Moines Valley is led by head coach Rob Chapman.
Dear cable internet, I've met someone I can rely on, who moves my speed and is okay with how much I work. I'm sorry, but US Cellular Home Internet and I just have a stronger connection.
Get connected with US Cellular's home internet for just $39.99 when bundled with a wireless plan, plus a 3-year price lock guarantee. US Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
No matter how hard I try, I cannot come up with any place I'd rather call home than Ankeny. We raised our family here, so when it came time to downsize, I knew there was no place for me but Ankeny. From unique shops to incredible restaurants, there's always something new to explore, and it's all just a few minutes away. Building my home here with Caliber was one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you're thinking about making a move, let me help you find your perfect home. You'll fall in love with Ankeny just like I have. Let's talk soon.
Welcome to the south side of Ankeny. We have a matchup of the number 1 ranked Ankeny Hawkettes tonight, matched up against the number 2 ranked Valley Tigers coming in from West Des Moines. It's going to be a great battle tonight as both teams have taken the field. We're going to have Ankeny on your left and the all burgundy going from left to right. We'll have the Valley Tigers and the white shirts, white jerseys and orange shorts on the right going to your left to start the game out. I'm here with Emma Eckhart's going to be doing color tonight for us. And Emma, it's a pretty nice night tonight. Weather-wise, it's about perfect for soccer. The wind's gone down. It's a little chilly still, but pretty nice out here tonight. What do you think of the weather?
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I mean, once you get work in a sweat, then it's just really beautiful weather out there. Yeah,
going to be perfect tonight. We've got number 1 against number 2. It's going to be the 4th game for both of these teams. Both the teams coming in 3-0. It's going to be a showdown pretty early in the season. Emma, did you ever have games like this where when you were an athlete or you had to get all juiced up for a big game like this? What kind of things did you think about going into games like this?
Yeah, I mean, the strategy and just really knowing how well your team plays, but also knowing the strategy the other team uses to try to catch them off guard and, yeah, use the strategy that you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So game's underway here. The Valley Tigers have controlled the ball off the kickoff here. They're going to have the first possessions as they send one out of bounds on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. That'll be Taylor on the far side, one of the stalwarts on the Ankeny defense on the outside on the far end there. She tosses the ball in and it kind of bounces around, but the back line of the Tigers end up controlling it. And they send it out of bounds again, so it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Tigers try to advance the ball up the field, try to get things going for their offense. That's going to be Rodich on the ball right now. She gets around that first line of defense for the Hawkettes. She sends a crossing shot across the front of the goalie, and there's nobody there, but they do control it. And now it does go out of bounds. There's going to be a goal kick for the Hawkettes to get things started as Olivia Rodich comes into the game. A sophomore comes in with 5 goals. Like I said earlier, both these teams are coming in 3-0. Valley has not given up a goal yet on this young season, and the Hawkettes have only given up 1 goal. Pretty amazing start for both of these teams. Ball's pretty deep here for the Hawkettes as a couple girls trade headers. Get the ball upfield, trying to connect a pass, but one of the Valley defenders is in the way that gets it back for their offensive midfielder. They're going to send it back to the goalkeeper. Now, when I first started learning like soccer, Emma, I always thought it was crazy that they sent it back to the goalie like that. Is there a reason that they do that get it back to the goalie, or how do they use that to their advantage?
Yeah, well, it gives them more time to set up into their formations, but it also kind of just delays the game.
Settles everybody down a little bit, right? Yeah. Yeah, because shape is, something that we hear kind of as a soccer term. It's just kind of where everybody's kind of setting up on the field. And early in the season, your tendency is to have a lot of these teams have a really bad shape, right? They're not spread out. The passing lanes are short. They're not taking defenders away from other defenders. So there's a lot of big groups of defenders. Like, this is a great example right here. There's a really bad shape in that situation. There was 4 girls that were right on that ball there. And it's usually have to get 3 or 4 games into the season before teams start to realize that, once they spread out and get to those different parts of the field, the game becomes significantly easier for passing.
Yeah, for sure.
But 2 high-quality programs here. A lot of these girls are going to be playing club in the off-season, are playing club in the off-season. So I think the tendency is that these girls are going to pick that shape up a little bit more quickly than some of the other teams. Ava Paoli with a touch here, one of her first touches of the match. She gets the ball stolen from her, but a drawn foul there. That's going to be Isabel Squires, one of the other goal scorers on this young season. She's got 2 goals so far on the season. We're going to open up the window a little bit so you guys can get a little bit of a flavor as the game's going here. Avery Taylor on the far side, taking the ball down the line. Trying to get a centering pass there, and also trying to gain a corner kick, but it looks like it goes out about as close to that corner kick as she can get it. I think it's still going to be a throw. I think that's what Kephart. Yep, referee's signaling for a throw in.
For the Hawkettes, number 4, Sophia Kephart.
It's not a corner kick, but it'll be a throw in. Very close to a corner kick, but Leffler. Or Sophia Kephart will be one coming in doing these long throws, and she's going to be in charge of all the set pieces for the Hawkettes here tonight. Nice stop there by Avery Taylor. Gets a steal in the offensive zone for the Hawkettes. Connects with Mackey. Mackey trying to beat a defender. Tries to get a through the legs. It's called a what when you do a nutmeg is the word I was looking for. She tries to nutmeg her defender, but the defender stands her up as she tries to sneak around the edge there. That'll lead to another throw-in for the Hawkettes. We got Josie Pollock on the camera tonight. Thanks, Josie, for helping us out. Ball bouncing around. Valley sends that one up into the atmosphere. It's probably going to come down with some ice. Handball on the Valley Tigers. It's going to be a little bit more of a dangerous free ball here for the Hawkettes. Kephart's going to be once again stepping up to take this one. This one should be a little bit more dangerous, as Ankeny's probably going to be able to get a couple people close to the goal on the kick of this one. 3-person block, or a 3-person wall set up by the Tigers to take away a little bit of the goal. And it goes off the top of the wall, and it goes right into the hands of Pascal, the senior goalie. I was kind of looking over the lineups here for the Tigers. They have a lot of youth that is in the starting lineup. I don't know if you noticed that while they were doing it. I think they're running with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors out of their 11. So they're running with 6 underclassmen on a team who lost in the finals last year, 3-1 to Bettendorf. Bettendorf also knocked out the Hawkettes in the semifinals in a 2-1 loss in the semis of the state tournament last year. So both of these teams took a loss, their last loss of the year, to Bettendorf. But both of them started out very highly ranked this year, with Ankeny being number 1 and Valley being number 2. I don't think I've ever been on. Have you ever been on a team that's ranked number 1?
No.
No, I have not either. I think in wrestling I got ranked pretty high, but I don't think I ever was ranked number 1. I don't believe so. Another throw in here by Kephart on the far side. Probably should look at Ankeny's lineup as well. They're running with 1, 2. They're only running 2 seniors, so we're talking about a young squad. We have Only 2 seniors. That's going to be the goalkeeper, which I think it's either first or second year starting for them. And then Allie Mackey's your lone other senior as the midfielder captain and the leading goal scorer for the Hawkettes right now. But a very young squad for them.
2 freshmen even.
Yeah, 2 freshmen contributing. I think there's 2 freshmen on the Valley as well that are starting. Maybe just one. That'll be Sabrina Rogers, number 7, is one of the other starters. She's up there at the one of the forwards on the near side forward here. Oh, nice little head chip shot there, but close the goalkeepers there, right there, ready to go. Ava Paoli taking the ball out. She's going to be looking to get the ball to the outside to Van Howling. She's going to make that defender commit, gets out to Van Howling. Van Howling with a one-touch cross and just gets up a little bit too high into the air. And Pascal has no problem taking care of that one. Dude, that goalie got really close to stepping out of the penalty box there when she punted that one. Ankeny sends the ball out of bounds. Now, that's another weird thing too, Emma. Like when they kick that ball out of bounds, what are they trying to get the opportunity to do when they send that ball out of bounds like that?
They're trying to get back into their formation and slow the game down, just like how you would kick it back to the goalkeeper.
Yep, very similar. Goalie steps out there and grabs that ball as it highly bounced into the penalty box for her. Yeah, it kind of gives that opportunity in both situations to reset their defense, right? To get everybody kind of in the right positions. .50-50 ball there. Van Howling wins that as the defender goes to the ground. That was Morgan Nichols on the attack there. Cockrum from Valley tries to send the ball long, but Avery Taylor steps in for it. Paoli's got some room out here on the outside. A little bit too strong of a first touch. Gets the ball over to the Valley defender. Ooh, there's going to be another foul committed on the Valley Tigers. Referee gave a little bit of a longer look at that one. I thought he might pull off a card on that one because there was kind of an aggressive tackle there, but he does point to the ground. It's going to be Kephart coming up to take this free kick. Was a little bit further out than the last one, so I doubt if she's going to be really attacking the goal here, but we'll see what she can do with it. Kephart puts it into play. Gets all the way outside to Sullivan. Sullivan gets a couple touches on there. He's angling to get that corner kick. Tried to put that off the shins to get the corner, but the defender was ready for it. Foul here, a little bit delayed call. He was going to see if they had advantage to keep going down the field, but once he saw there's no advantage, he stopped play and bringing it back to where the foul's committed. It's going to be just past midfield. Not a lot of connecting passes yet so far in either team.
No, not a lot of ball control, no.
It's going to be something that as both teams kind of get things felt out, and get a little bit more comfortable. Hopefully they start connecting on these passes, but right now it's kind of a little bit of a sloppy game, I would say right now. And that was close with the snatch there inside the penalty box. Looks like she's going to punt this one back into play. I was trying to figure out, is there any wind out here right now? Yeah, there is a little bit of wind out of the south going to the north. So right now, Valley's going with the wind and Ankeny's playing against the wind. We can see it in the flags and you can see it in the corner flags there too. There is a little bit of a wind. Doesn't feel like it when we're up here. It's funny because you look at the southeast flag and it's completely dead, but then the northeast flag is completely fully unfurled. So pretty interesting.
We got our first substitution of the game. It's Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitutions. They sponsor those. It'll be Marley Buchan into the game for the Hawkettes.
Entering the game for the Tigers, number 14, Mia Kate Morrow.
And then for the
Hawkettes,
Tigers, it's going to be
Marley
number
Buchan.
14, Mia Kate Morrow. And that'll be a corner kick here for the Tigers. Looks like it's going to be Weir up out there to take the corner kick.
Corner kick for the Tigers, number 9, Rachel Wyra.
She a left-footed kicker. It looks like she's a left-footed kicker, so she's going to be taking that at a good angle. It's going to have a nice little bend back towards the face of the goal. She puts it into play. Heading attempt. It's going to go out of bounds. They're going to give him another corner kick. It looked like it went off one of the Tigers, I thought, but yeah.
Valley again with corner kick, number 9, Rachel Wyra.
Were you a fan of set pieces, Emma?
No.
No, not a fan. It's a little bit of a like a specific kind of skill set on these. That's a nice ball in there in a dangerous spot, headed by the Tigers. That was number 13 rising up out of the grouping, Ava Hall. She just gets a little bit too much of that one, sends it over the top of the frame. It'll be a goal kick for the Hawkettes. I think it actually hit the goal post, didn't it? The crossbar on the goal post. Usually gets the crowd all fired up when they see that happen because they think it's going in. So I'm going to cut another couple of substitutions. Number 15 in for the Tigers. That's Aaliyah Johnston. And I think maybe number 8 here. Yeah, number 8, Finley Rivera. Into the game for the Tigers.
Now playing for West Des Moines, number 8, Finley Rivera, and number 15, Aaliyah Johnston.
There's Mackie on the ball. She gets the throw in. Yeah, the long passes are definitely missing almost every time. I mean, nobody's really connected on a long pass yet for either team. But some of the shorter passes are starting to find their mark a little bit. Mackie fights for that one, gets it to one of her other offensive teammates. But then they lose possession of it on that long pass once again.
Go, Liv!
Throw in for the Tigers. Try and get that ball to Rodich to get her an opportunity. She's got 5 goals on the year so far. But the Hawkettes pretty patiently roll that ball around the back line there, and they get an opportunity as Peterson gets it up to Paoli. Nicely weighted pass for her. She tries to get around her defender, and the Tigers end up sending that one out of bounds. So they're trying to get some time to reset their defense there. 24 minutes left to go here in the first half. Thought there might be a penalty there. It looks like they pulled her down on that first touch there. A lot of ball control there by one player there. Sends the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. So now they're bringing Kephart down here. Why do they keep bringing her back from that line and using her every time?
Well, she's able to throw the ball far, and it gives another person back, but lets her go up.
Yeah. So she's probably the best. Probably the throw-in person for her team, right? And so they're just utilizing her kind of as a weapon rather than taking a short ball. Yeah, because I noticed that if it's further out, they usually have Peterson, number 12 here on the near side. She would take it, but as soon as it gets down about inside the 20-yard line, they bring Kephart down and just use her strong skill set there of being able to throw that far. Gets into a little bit more of a dangerous spot, Emma. Is that what you're saying, kind of? Yeah. Valley starting to actually connect up some of these passes to try to chip it in there. It's going to get to her feet, and 2 defenders get back for the Hawkettes. And they're going to send the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers, but a nice little chip shot from Rodich. Tries to connect up with her other forward. That'll be number 15 in for the throw-in. That's Aaliyah Johnson. Nice steal there by Ava Paoli. She gets the ball right off the foot of the Tiger, gets it into the middle for Van Houweling. Van Houweling sends it right back on the outside, and Paoli, nice little run there out of her. She settles and tries to see where she wants to go next. Defender right in her pocket. Brings it back out to Van Houweling. Van Houweling out to Peterson. Peterson's got some room. Squire stepping up. Back out to Van Houweling. Van Houweling sits that ball outside. Sullivan attacking. Ball's bouncing everywhere, and it bounces right to the hands of the keeper as the keeper and the defender kind of ran into each other, and the keeper went down. And could have been some trouble there for the Tigers, but they get out of it unscathed. Had to be a little bit scary there for the goalie, having that defender right in her lap. Another awesome pass here to Paoli. Paoli's going to get another opportunity. She's attacking, a little bit strong in the first touch, and it goes out of bounds. I bet she's going to want to have that play back because it's just got a little bit too strong in that first touch. Into the Hawkettes lineup is going to be Stedich, Abby Stedich, a freshman midfielder. She's going to take the place of Van Houweling. And then we've got number 3 in, Nora Fogarty, back into the game. She's got a goal in the season. And number 9, Rachel Weir back into the game.
Not playing for the Tigers, number 3, Nora Fogarty. And number 9, Rachel Weir.
And the substitution is brought to you by Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Rodich threatening, but Steinkamp's back there ready to take on that challenge. I think midfield, Valley's starting to show some connectivity with their passes. They're definitely doing a better job of scrolling that ball around. A nice little steal there. Right on the ball is Allie Mackey. She heads right down the field. She's going to always draw a ton of attention. She's been a strong member of this Hawkette soccer team for quite a few years. Rodich is threatening here. She's out in the open all by herself. They're going to want to get her covered up as Steinkamp goes out to the outside. And then they get a throw in here for the Hawkettes. Yeah, Rodich was just standing at the top of the key with nobody on her, nobody really around her. They were lucky they didn't try to get that ball to her because she's definitely going to be a threat. Mackey, I think, just took a shot to the head there. She's a little bit groggy. She's just coming off. I was talking to Emma about this the game before here. She took a shot to the ball right to the mouth on Saturday, and had to get some attention on that. So hopefully she didn't get hit in the mouth again there. But looks like she's all right. Referee did call a stop to play just to check on her there for a second. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital, another substitution coming into the game for the Tigers. That'll be number 8, Rivera, heading to the bench, and number 24 back in. That's Shuckle.
Now playing for West Des Moines, number 24, Tawny Scheichel.
Be a goal kick for the Hawkettes. Now, Emma, how does she decide whether she's going to punt it or roll it in? Are there reasons why you would roll it in as opposed to taking it long when a goalkeeper is putting the ball back into play?
Well, I think you would roll it in if their team is kind of back more, and then it gives your defenders more time.
Yep, absolutely. There's probably some other considerations too, but like with this wind blowing right in her face, the punt probably isn't going to be super effective, right?
Yeah.
You punt that ball up, it's just going to get caught in the wind. It's not going to go as far as you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
So I think the roll in sometimes can be more effective in that situation. So does the goalie make those choices, or is that something the coaching is going to be putting input on? Or I think it's probably more the goalie, right?
Yeah.
Making that decision on her own, kind of seeing where the defense is at.
Yeah.
Ball bounces around over on the far side, leads to a throw-in for the Tigers.
Come on, girls, find one.
Peterson controls the ball out here. She's trying to get the ball up the field. Heavy pressure from the Tiger defense. She does get the ball right through the middle of two defenders, but one of the Valley Tigers is right there ready to grab it. Here's that Tiger defense resetting back to that goalie. Squire steps up, knocks that ball back into the offensive zone for the Hawkettes. Down to Paoli. Paoli tries to control it, but she's not able to do so. The Tigers take off.
Got a chance, girls. Come on.
You definitely can see they're trying to get that ball to Rodich almost any chance that they could get. She's definitely the focal person of their offense right now, obviously with 5 goals, but you can definitely see that whenever they're looking up, they're looking to see where she's at and trying to get that ball to her. I've noticed a couple times already she's done that header where it kind of just skims over the top of her head and she kind of redirects it back at her. She's done that twice already. When you draw attention like a offensive kind of a juggernaut like she is so far this season, you know, you're drawing that attention. You try to get that ball out of your possession as quickly as possible and maybe get it to somebody else who has a mismatch. So we're 0-0, Emma. Who do you think's got the advantage so far? What have you seen so far?
I think the Tigers. I think the ball's really been mostly on their side, and they've mostly had control of it.
Yeah.
So far.
Come on, Tony.
There's Rodich doing that little header that she does to get the ball down the field. She's obviously done that a couple times. I think that's the third time she's done that here in the match. We'll have a couple substitutions. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitutions. Let's see who those go. I think that's Allison Hawkins coming into the game for the Hawkettes, and for the Tigers, got a ponytail over the number. Was that number 4? Sure, I have to get a better look at her. She's got a ponytail right over the top of her number. That's her on the ball. Is that number 7?
7.
Yeah, Sabrina Rogers back into the game. She's the freshman for the Tigers. Sabrina does not like the call of goal kick on the far side there by the referee, or by the AR on the side. Calls it for the Hawkettes. It'll be a goal kick for them.
And playing for the Hawkettes, number 25, Allison Hawkins.
Emma, do you got anybody listening at home tonight?
Yeah, I think my family.
Your family's listening? Very good.
Yeah.
Emma's a student, a junior at Waukee Northwest, and she's hoping to go into a career of sports broadcasting of some kind. Am I right?
Yep.
Hopes to go to Iowa State in the next couple of years, but she's going to be doing an internship at WHO TV next year as part of a work to school or school to work program. Excited about that, right?
Yeah, super excited.
So what's been your broadcasting experience so far, Emma? What have you done?
So I sideline reported here with Austin for Ankeny football. And yeah, it was super fun.
Yep.
Really enjoyed it.
So this is your first time doing something like this tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Valley does connect with a couple passes, and they're trying to move that ball down, but then they lose possession, and Ankeny sends it back out to the top of the formation for them. Ooh, Valley had 2 offensive players on the far side outside of any defenders that the Ankeny Hawks had set up there. They were in a great position to do some damage as Ankeny was able to reset their defense. The back line for the Hawkettes has been solid this year, only giving up that 1 goal that was off of a penalty kick in the Pella game. But it's definitely a younger group back there. You've got Steinkamp, a freshman, is kind of the anchor of that defense back there from what I've seen. You've got Avery Taylor, a junior, playing on the outside. You've got Kirsten Peterson, a freshman, on the other outside.
Number 3.
And then Kyla Schapfeld's back there a little bit. And then that Sophia Kephard's a sophomore. So really we got all sophomores and
Number
freshmen.
5, Presley Sullivan.
And 1 junior, and that foursome on the back line for the Hawkettes. So trial by fire with the CIML. All these teams that they're going to be going, all these offensive teams that they're going to be going up against. Thought we were going to have a couple of geese land right on the field there for a second there. They've been hovering around here. Josie, what would you do if you had a goose land in the middle of your game?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know either. Got a couple substitutions coming in for the Tigers. That's going to be number 10, Eleanor Stone, and number 15,
Entering the game before
Aaliyah
West
Johnston.
number 10, Eleanor Stone, and number 15, Aaliyah Johnston.
So Tigers have been running in quite a few more substitutions, I think, than Ankeny has. I am going to be curious to see if fitness in the second half, as we wind into the second half, if that's going to be a problem for the Hawkettes at all. With the Tigers being a little bit fresher just because they're using quite a few more substitutions. But I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah.
10 minutes left to go here in the first half, still 0-0. Rodich is trying to make a run through there, but Steinkamp steps up and sends that back out to the top of the offensive zone of the Tigers as they roll it around the backside of their defense and send it in.
Come on, Tony!
That's Shuckle with the touch there. So Shuckle and has moved up to that front forward position, number 24, and Rodich just kind of dropped back. It looks like she's more of an attacking midfielder now. She's dropped out of that center forward. It's playing a little bit deeper right now, so I'll be interested to see how that works. They may be just looking for opportunities for her to facilitate, kind of be a quarterback on that offensive side. Pearson tries to knock that one down. I think it's going to go off her and head out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Ball boys right there ready to go, and they're going to try to take that one quick. Number 9, Weir Up, is sending it in. Ball gets right back to her. She centers that ball, and it just trickles harmlessly through the defensive line there, and close picks it up there in the goal. She rolls it in. Defender right on her. I'd really like to see that Ankeny midfielder take that ball up a little bit further to make that defender commit. She had some space there. She could be patient, and she just kind of launched that ball to really nobody. So I think the referee's like, you're getting a little bit too zealous on your throw-in. Hops up there. He sends her back.
Flip it, Tony.
Yeah, Rodich is definitely taking a back seat here. She's definitely playing maybe even more of a defending midfielder, like a center midfielder. Definitely not an offensive midfielder either. I mean, she's still probably a threat, but it's definitely switched. Her position has switched. That's going to lead to a drawn foul for the Tigers, and one of their first real set pieces here of the first half. I don't think they haven't had a corner kick. Nobody's had a corner kick, have they? Has there been any corner kicks yet?
Yeah, there was earlier.
There was one? Yeah, there was one over here, yeah. There was a couple over here, wasn't there? No, maybe just one. And that's going to be number 3, Fogarty, senior. She's got a goal on the season so far. She's going to be stepping up. 2-person wall here for the Hawkettes. Fogarty winds up. Goalkeeper saw it coming, saw it bending, and it just bent right out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for the Hawkettes. I try to figure out if it's a byproduct of the wind with the more possession to the Tigers, because it is flowing kind of down to the side of the field. So I'll kind of be interested to see how the second half kind of starts out, if it's going to be something similar for the Hawkettes in the second half when they get a chance to go with the wind. But that's a gutsy play there from the goalkeeper to send it right up the middle, and then a errant pass from the middle to the outside gets the ball right back to the Tigers, and here they are once again controlling the ball, moving it forward. Taylor trips over the 30-yard line and almost loses the ball, but she gets the ball back here as attacking. Ball goes out of bounds off the Tigers. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. There's an opportunity here for the Tigers as Steinkamp tries to launch that ball off, and it hits off of the Tiger. And Steinkamp does get control of it. Goes right to a Tiger, and there's a shot, and it's not even going to be close. I think she's going to want that one back and maybe get a better shot on it than what she did, because it kind of just went really high and went really to the side. But tried to one-time that ball. That's always a difficult shot. Paoli and Mackey try to connect up with each other. Mackey does control the ball, but she's pressured right away, loses the ball to Shuckle. Peterson chases it down right on the sideline. Steinkamp sends it up. Back in the possession, there's Rodich right there. She gets a turn on Mackey, and her and two of the best players in the state right there, one-on-one against each other. Lost a handball there as Van Houweling tries to get around there, but Tiger defender Nichols does a nice job of boxing out almost like a basketball play right there, and keeps her winding around and not able to get her on the ball. Be another goal kick for the Hawkettes. Just under the 5-minute mark left to go here in the first half. Still 0-0. That's a foul there. That could be a yellow card there, too. That was a tough foul there on the sideline. Took her out. I don't think she really touched the ball there either. That could have been a yellow card. Very easily could have been a yellow card there. Well, we learned a couple things right before the game started. We found out with 3 red cards for a team over the course of a season, and you're not eligible for postseason play. The other thing we learned last Friday with the Dowling Ankeny boys match is that for a yellow card, you just literally have to step out of the game to the bench, and as soon as there's a break, you can come right back in. I think years before there was a time period that you had to be out of the match, but you don't have to be out at all. You just have to step off the field, and as soon as there's breaking the action, there's no penalty at all. So I did not know that either. So a free kick here for the Tigers, just past the midfield line of the pitch. I'll be one of the center backs that'll be stepping forward to take this one for the Tigers. Ball's at play. A little bit of a 50-50 battle over there is won by the Hawkettes. They'll get the throw in. out of bounds on the Tigers. Another substitution, Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution for the Tigers.
Entering game for West Des Moines Valley, number 14, Mia Kate Morrow.
Mia Kate Morrow, freshman, into the game. I think defensively the Tigers are playing a little bit of a better game. I think it's about 2 touches for any of the Ankeny players, and there's at least 2 players that are right there ready to stop that ball. And really, the Ankeny defense has played really well, too. It's not like we're giving up a bunch of shots or anything, because there has not been any shots at all that have been really threatening shots on either side of the field. But you are right, Emma, when you said that the pressure has really been on the offensive zone for Valley. They just haven't been able to really get anybody open to get a shot on goal.
No.
I'm trying to think of, as a coach, what would you say at halftime, when you've been in a kind of a in the trenches kind of battle like what's going on right here? Like, how do you just be patient, and just play your game like you normally do? Well, here's a good opportunity here.
Yeah.
As Ankeny's got probably their best drive of the game, trying to get a touch on Pioli. Pioli's going to, almost gets around the goalie, and Pascal comes out and just gets a hand on that ball as it was going to go right by her, and Pioli was probably going to have a shot on an open goal, and thwarted by that goalkeeper. Little pull of the jersey there by Mackey, huh?
Go, girls, come on.
So as Shuckle takes a seat on the bench, Rodich moves right up back into that center forward position, so she's ready to go. Just 30 seconds left to go. They're going to have a last gasp at trying to make something happen here for the Hawkettes as Mackey's on the ball. Tries to connect up with Sullivan on the far side, but it goes out of bounds. I think that'll be, maybe get one little throw in here, and Sullivan maybe is going to get another shot. And there's the opportunity. Van Howling shot on goal there, but Pascal's in the right place at the right time and easily swallows that one up and sends it back into play.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that'll be halftime. Austin Oliver and Emma Eckhart here at the Ankeny, Southside Ankeny pitch here. 0-0 tie between number 1 ranked Ankeny Hawkettes and the number 2 ranked Valley Tigers. We'll be back in a few minutes. It'll be a 10-minute halftime here. We'll be back after a few messages from our sponsors.
We are still tied at zeros. Got about a 10-minute break here in the action, then we'll be back with the second half. Remind you, concession stand is open. It is located
No matter how hard I try, I cannot come up with any place I'd rather call home than Ankeny. We raised our family here, so when it came time to downsize, I knew there was no place for me but Ankeny. From unique shops to incredible restaurants, there's always something new to explore, and it's all just a few minutes away. Building my home here with Caliber was one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you're thinking about making a move, let me help you find your perfect home. You'll fall in love with Ankeny just like I have. Let's talk soon.
Dear cable internet, I've met someone I can rely on, who moves my speed and is okay with how much I work. I'm sorry, but US Cellular Home Internet and I just have a stronger connection.
Get connected with US Cellular's home internet for just $39.99 when bundled with a wireless plan, plus a 3-year price lock guarantee. US Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats. Steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts. All raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
It's a free ride. But I already paid.
Our phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic, don't you think? Ugh, I love this song so much.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us. Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
It's a free ride. But I already paid.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Drosh Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
All right, Austin and Emma are back here for the second half. Teams are kind of trickling out here slowly. The halftime 10 minutes is always kind of a suggestion rather than a dead set time here for soccer. It seems like it's a little bit arbitrary in soccer. Emma, you've been doing some investigating during halftime. You got some other scores from around the metro area?
Yeah, Waukee Northwest and Ankeny Centennial, both girls and boys games 0-0. And Dowling versus Urbandale, I think it says 2-2, but I could be wrong about that one.
Got it. Very good. So some other CIML games on the docket tonight, as once again we're here with the number 1 Ankeny Hawkettes and the number 2 Valley Tigers. A little bit of more control for the Tigers in the first half. We're not sure if it's going to be really a product of the wind or if it really was a product of them having a better control of the ball through the midfield. So we'll see how this second half starts. Really not very much offense at all.
No.
Emma, right?
No. No shots.
Yeah, no shots on goal. If they did get in there, it was just a trickle. Ankeny probably had 2 of the better opportunities, maybe, I would say. There was maybe one breakaway. There wasn't any breakaway on Valley, really, at all. They really didn't threaten the goal at all. But there was 2 shots that one that trickled in, but there are also 2 little attacks that if they could have gone around the goalie would have been dangerous. But Pascal did a nice job on both of them to get a touch. I think one of them where her defender ran into her and knocked her down could have been a great opportunity for the Hawkettes. And then another one where just a tiny little bit of a breakaway for just a 2-second breakaway, and Paoli almost got it around the goalie. So for the second half, it's going to be the Tigers with control right away. They're going to be on the left side in the whites with the orange bottoms going from left to right, and the Hawkettes are going to be in the all maroons going from right to left on your TV screen. Like I said, there is a little bit of a wind, and it is going from the Hawkette side to the Tiger side, so it's going from south to north, so they will have a little bit of a wind advantage. We'll see how that plays out here, and if that really was the difference in the first half or not. Ball kind of pinballing around for possession in the midfield. Tigers finally do get it out of the midfield. That's Shuckle with the touch. She sends it to the middle. Oh, nice move by Paoli. Does a little nutmeg through her defender's legs as she's off to the races. 4 defenders back, so not a lot of advantage for the Hawkettes, but they're at least getting some pressure down into the offensive zone for themselves. Paoli, nice little toe drag stop with her left foot, tries to send it in, but just kind of goes awry. Pulls the whole offensive crew out to the top of the penalty box where everybody was kind of down below it. Nice defense there from Squires as she sends that ball down in. And what are they going to get here? We're going to get a corner kick for the Hawkettes. Yeah, it looks like it. That'll be Kephart over here to take the set piece for the Hawkettes, number 4. Oh, it's going to be a throw-in. It'll be a throw-in. Okay, it'll be a throw-in, not a corner kick. So it'll be throw-in for the Hawkettes, but Kephart is the one taking it. She sends the ball in. And now leads to a corner kick as number 12 defends that ball and it goes out of bounds. That'll be Cockrum sending the ball out of bounds. Sophomore defender. And that'll be Kephart once again out here. No short person this time so far with this set piece. Ankeny tends to run a short option on most of their set pieces here from the corner. The corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. Kephart steps back. He's going to take a right-footed shot. Pretty far on the top of the key. Peterson does a nice job of getting it settled and back out to Kephart. Kephart's going to send it in again. Gets to the far side and nobody's really there as Paoli, or I think that's actually Mackey chasing that one down. Tries to get around her defender, but it's well defended by number 21, Nichols. She sends it out of bounds. It'll get an opportunity for their defense to reset and the Hawkettes to get a throw in. Hawkettes another throw in on the far side. So that must be about the 10-15 yard line where they decide to bring Kephart in and take those long throw ins. So it looks like that's kind of the delineation line. Yeah.
Give them in the middle.
Yep. Tigers knock that one down with a header, send it to the top. Steinkamp steps up and sends it right back in, and then it gets all the way to the goalie. Pasquale gets control of it. She's looking to connect up with Radic, and she does so. Radic has got a couple defenders on her. She stops that ball, sends it across, and nobody really there on the far side, and Close is going to be able to jog out and control that ball. She'll pick it up and get her offense spread out. Punt the ball down the field. Van Halen with a nice little touch back down her own feet. Got 2 defenders on her. They take her to the ground. Sullivan with some nice touches with 2 defenders on her. Does eventually lose the ball. But some nice work out of her. Van Halen gets the ball back. Mackey knocks that ball down, but it goes through her legs and be a foul on Van Halen. I don't know. I didn't see much there. Maybe it was a handball. I don't know. I didn't see hardly anything there for them to call that. The Tigers back line takes it short. Cycles around the back line. Probing. Rodich takes a fall. I think there's a little bit of a dive there. She hit the ground a little bit too easily there, but she does draw the foul. Good out of her. Probably their most dangerous set piece that we've had so far for them. Umpire sets up the wall at 10 yards outside of the attacking kicker here, and that's going to be Rodich taking this ball. Could be a big opportunity here for the Tigers to put a ball into the net, but it goes right off of the wall. Nice job out of the Hawkettes to set that up perfectly. And it's going to bounce harmlessly into the goalkeeper. The Hawkettes dodged a bullet there.
Really good wall.
I think I'd be really good at being part of the wall, Emma. You know, just kind of standing there. Yeah, I'd have to turn my back though, because I think I'd flinch. But
Oh yeah. I'd be scared it'd hit me in the head.
yeah, just gotta watch your head, right? Josie, would you want to be in the wall? No. Josie cameraman is out of the wall. Goalkeeper sends the ball out of her box and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Van Helling's got some room here. Ball has a lot of spin. Gets over to Paoli. Paoli back to Van Hellen. Van Hellen back down to Paoli. Just a little bit of too strong of a touch for that first ball, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. I think both teams with a star playing down the middle with the Mackey with the Hawkettes and Rodich with the Tigers. We know that they're going to draw a lot of attention no matter where they're at, so maybe an opportunity for one of those. Here's Mackey right now with a touch. Almost gets through the defender. Does get a pull of a jersey and gets away with it. The referee didn't see it. But Taylor with a touch now. Tries to maneuver her way through the defense. Gets around. Got about 4 people around her. She may draw the corner kick here. It's going to go out of bounds. I don't know if it's a corner or if it's a throw-in. Looks to be a throw-in. Yeah, but finish that thought, Emma, is that, when those people draw so much attention, like here's an example up here at the top of the key. The Rodich is taking 2 defenders away from the potential ball down here just because of the threat. Pascal with another save. She takes that ball pretty quick, sends it in. Hawkettes on the offensive zone again. Mackey on the outside. Cross. Wow, was that a shot or a pass? Almost looked like a shot there.
Shot, yeah.
Handball there, but get away with it there. Sullivan with a touch in the middle. Tries to get to Mackey. Mackey does a nice job of reaching that leg out. Van Halen was offside, so she let that ball go by her, and Paoli doesn't have enough room to be able to chase that one down. So maybe the wind does have a slight issue here, Emma, because really, where's it been? As Squires, I think, draws the foul just inside the 20-yard line of the football field here. This is going to be a great opportunity here. Usually the one in the center, Mackey takes these ones in the center. Kephart usually takes the longer distance ones. I think she's definitely going to be going for the goal on this ball. 4-person wall set up by the Tigers. They try to take away a section of that goalkeeping responsibility for the goalkeeper. Mackey, nice chip shot off the crossbar of the goalposts. Not a bad little shot there, but just had a little bit too much on it. I think if she gets another try in that area again, she's probably going to be able to get a little bit better of a ball. Taylor with a couple touches. Connects up with Sullivan on the outside. Sullivan working hard, gets past their defender just for a second. The defender steps in, sends it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Kiphart's down here, ready to throw the ball in. Puts it at the feet of Van Halen. Van Halen gets around her defender. Takes a shot and just a little bit too strong. Looks like she might have hurt herself on that one. She kind of is a little bit gimpy out there right now. She's getting some attention from her teammates a little bit here. Buchan's into the game for the Hawkettes. That'll be a Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution.
And for the Hawkettes, number 7, Marley Buchan.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on Van Halen. I think she might have torqued that knee a little bit when she took that shot because she did pressure quite a bit. AR calls for the penalty with a push in the back as Taylor was trying to slow down to cover that ball. Gets shoved in the back, and the Valley fans don't like it at all, but was the right call, looked like. Kephart sends it in. Headed out. Chatville with the touch there, but loses possession. Hawkettes send it all the way back to close. Van Halen gets the ball there. She's got a couple touches here, fighting for a 50-50, but does lose the ball on the turn. Tiger offensive player had no idea that Mackey was coming up there and was completely surprised when she turned the corner and somebody was right in her face. Mackey's able to steal that ball, and Valley will send that one out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Steinkamp steps out of her defensive position, sends the ball down the line. That's going to be Buchan trying to run that one down, and she does. Get an opportunity for a centering pass, but just gets a little bit too hard of an angle. And Pasquale just waiting for the ball and just snatches it up, and going to probably roll this one back into play. Looks like the wind has died down, though, because we see that flag on that far corner, which was flapping in the first half. I'm going to look at the American flag here. It's definitely gone down for sure. Looks like a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Taylor moves up and takes that one. Gets it to Paoli. Paoli and Taylor play a little give and go, but they lose possession. Tigers send it down the line, but two Hawkettes converge for nice defensive position. Paoli's got the ball down the line. Centers it with her left foot. Doesn't get a lot on it, but Taylor's right there to tackle over. They send it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's getting some pressure, but nice ball out to the midfield. Hawkettes get it back. So I think we can say that probably both teams are really good between the 15-yard lines of each other. When it goes inside the 15-yard lines, it just seems like there's some disconnect on that last connecting pass to get a shot on goal. So I think they've done a pretty good job of both teams have done of controlling the ball outside of that, but it's just that last pass to get a shot attempt is the one that they're really lacking on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice ball out there to Buchan. Buchan's got some time there. She slows her roll a little bit, trying to catch up with Mackey. And the Tigers send it out of bounds. I'll get an opportunity to reset. Kephart trots over there, past the line of where she decides to take him there. It must be right around the 15, because we just saw Taylor take one right outside the 15-yard line. And Kephart immediately ran over here to take this one.
At number 11, Kendall Peach. And entering the game for the Hawkettes, number 5, Presley Sullivan.
Presley Sullivan into the game for the Hawkettes. Van Howling's going to take a seat. Kephart sends it in. It's going to roll right out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Pull down there. Number 21 pulls down on the offensive player there, Nichols. Looks like Mackey's going to defer to Kephart on this one, so a little bit of a longer distance attack here. No wall this time because it's a little bit further out. So we got a single defender there. Harmlessly to the side of the goal. Got another substitution. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Ava Paoli is going to take a seat on the bench. She'll be replaced by Hawkins, number 25, Allison Hawkins, a junior forward. Tigers take it short, but nobody there to put any pressure. Sullivan applying some late pressure.
Now playing for the Hawkettes, number 25, Allison Hawkins.
Some good defending going on there, especially, I mean, that may be the other reason they, they're not being able to connect on any of these passes just because of the strong defense here. It's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a Hawkette throw in. So we got 8 minutes down here in the second half, Emma. Actually 18 minutes down, so we're almost halfway done with the second half here. As a foul's called on Mackey right at the 35-yard line. She's claiming her innocence and mounting a counter proposal of her getting pulled. So this will be a free kick for the Tigers. Everybody's trying to get all the yardage that they can get here. She's trying to get a couple extra yards, and referee's right on top of it. Good opportunities here for the Tigers. Nicely weighted ball headed out of there. Squires gets the header, and she's got the ball going down the field. Got a big head of steam going down as some of the Valley defenders start to converge on her. But a nice job of matriculating that down the field. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. She flipped that field very, very quickly with the header, and then they'll run down the sideline. And Kephart with the throw-in. Still some pressure here from the Hawkettes. Tigers finally do get it out, but right back to possession for the Hawkettes. And Hawkettes send it right back in. All right, so Emma, the question was, we're halfway through the second half. So who's your winner of the second half so far?
I think Ankeny.
I think so. What are you seeing out there that it almost mirrors the first half? Is that,
Yeah.
I'm almost feeling like that way. Like,
Yeah, I feel like they have more control of the ball, but still really no shots.
no.
Both really strong defenses.
And this year there's no shootouts and there's no overtime this year. So when regulation time ends, it is a tie. So that's a big change that is going to get some taken used to for all these teams. Used to being able to play those extra periods, and then have a shootout. I wouldn't even mind a shootout right at the end of regulation, and just gotten it done to save that time that is kind of the concern of many of the ADs and school districts of getting these kids back late when they're traveling. Be a substitution for the Valley Tigers. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution.
Entering the game for the Tigers, number 4, Sophia Costello.
Yeah, Sophia Costello into the game, number 4. She'll come in, looks like at the back defensive line. Buca tries to chase that one down, but it's knocked down by Costello just into the game, but she sends it out of bounds. Ankeny's pulling the defense from one side to the other, and it's making me a little bit nervous because I feel like there's a gap there. If they could get a long distance pass, like something like that splits those defenders, I think that there could be some harm that Ankeny could incur here. But the Tigers really haven't been able to dial that last pass, long pass in to free her up. I think there's some merit for her to be able to cut right through the middle of those two center defenders and go to one side or the other and have that pass just drop in there. And I think she could be really dangerous in that situation. But like I said, they just have not been able to solve the puzzle of the Ankeny defense back there. Likewise, Ankeny's not been able to solve that backline puzzle of the Tigers either. So I think this is pretty even on both sides here at this point. Couple throw-ins on the far side for the Tigers. Rodich drawing a lot of attention and draws a foul right outside the box. I don't know if that was a foul either. It looked like she might have fallen pretty easily on that situation too, but that's what forwards do. They look for those opportunities to be able to try to draw that foul inside the box and right at the edge of the box to be dangerous. And this is going to be the most dangerous spot that Ankeny Hawkettes have been in so far in this game, with a shot just outside the box and down pretty low. And is that Rodich taking the shot here? I think that is number 18 for them, isn't it? No, is it 24? Maybe Rodich is over here. That might be Stuckel. Actually, it might be 21. It might be it's a center defender in the back row. That was 21 taking that touch, Nichols. And it was a nice little ball there, but just too much pressure, too many people right in the spot where it was trying to fall into. Sullivan has a ball, fall at her feet. Buchan's trying to run that one down on the far side, does so. Stops and tries to get it into, looks like it was Hawkins and Mackey there. She was trying to get that ball to. Taylor does a nice job with the basketball box out to protect that ball going out of bounds. Gets it to Hawkins. Valley sends it out of bounds. Another couple of substitutions. You got 3 substitutions coming in for the Tigers. Once again, I'm wondering if fitness is going to become a factor as we get into this game. So there's been quite a few more substitutions in for the Tigers than there have been for the Hawkettes.
Scheichel. And entering the game for the Hawkettes, number 19, Abby Stedich.
Be another throw in for the Hawkettes. Kephardt's getting involved on this one. Mackey tries to control in the midfield. Nice turn. Takes a shot, but it'll be off the side. So Ankeny's going to look to try to keep the pressure up here as they take these balls short to try to keep them in their offensive zone. And Valley's their real goal is to get these out of that offensive zone and see if they can counterattack. Ankeny does a nice job of holding the line right at midfield. Mackey with a nice little slide to Squire. Squire's in. Nice move up forward. Follows her own ball, and 50-50 ball. She loses as Sullivan tries to fight for that ball as well. It's getting a little chippy out there. Trying to see who that is on the ball right there. It draws a throw in, but I don't know who that was on that ball in there. Oh, that's Mackey. Okay, Mackey was the one taking that down. I couldn't see her armband out there as a captain. Kephardt tries to connect up with Mackey, follows her own throw in, draws the foul. Here's another opportunity for the Hawkettes, very similar to the spot that Mackey had struck one from earlier in the game, but it's on the opposite side. And in that situation, she put the ball off the crossbar and kind of put it out of danger. We'll see if she can maybe make an adjustment this time. I think it was a little bit more to the center of the field, but it's almost that exact same distance as the one before. So if she learned anything from that first one, maybe she can use it on the second one as they set up a three-man wall over there. It could be four, I can't see. Into play. Struck well, but harmlessly goes out of bounds. Ooh, opportunity for the Hawkettes. They steal the Mackey steals the ball, the throw in. Looking for an opportunity, gets in touch, and just not enough on it. And Pascal's able to grab that one, and she's probably not going to make that mistake again, but gave a golden opportunity for the Hawkettes to attack that goal. There's that long ball. Goalie's coming out. Goalie's just chipping it up, and where's it going to go? And it's going to go out of danger. But Rodich, we've been talking about this for pretty much the whole second half, is that she's going to get that opportunity to try to run one of those downs, and the goalie came out, and she tried to chip it over the top. It almost gets the first goal of the match for the Tigers. Players down on the field there. Looks like Rodich took a good shot there. She's kind of bent over there. Might have got poked in the eye or something. Looks like she was kind of holding her eye there. I couldn't tell really what happened, but long ball here for the Hawkettes. Stedich with some nice pressure. They take it back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper launches it out. Pascal. Nice 50-50 ball from Peterson. Ankeny Hawk crowd looking for a call there as well. And then a ball sent out of bounds as it's getting a little physical here. Yeah, getting a little bit more. I think that's going to be the interesting thing that's going to happen with these games as we're about ready to wind under 10 minutes here. We're at 10:30. Is that in certain situations when the score is trying to wind down, that teams are going to be a little bit more desperate to try to win the game in regulation. I wondered if maybe the Rodic had maybe lost a contact. Couldn't tell if she was touching her eye, or yeah, it looks like they're gonna sub her real quick. That's number 7 in for the Tigers. That's Rogers, the freshman. She'll take the place, and she'll get get a look from the trainer here to see what's going on with her. But I think it's something might have got poked in the eye. Maybe lost a contact. Van Howling gets a touch on it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw for the Hawkettes. I was just thinking, is this going to be an opportunity for Rogers to kind of let the defense kind of lets up because Rodic is out of the game? You know, are they going to let up a little bit with her out of the game and have Rogers be able to try to get something going? Van Howling with a shot, but hits right off of a defender. Touched by Squires, knocked down as well as the Tigers defense flexes its muscles. And there's a breakaway. It's going to be a offsides, and Kephart got really lucky there. She was out of position and stepped up, and if she did that purposely, then she's did a really nice job of putting her offside, that she definitely may have, but could have been in a really bad position there. Oh, somebody had to get a shoe tied there. I was like, what is going on over there? So this player had to get a shoe tied, and referee stopped play. Kephart sends the ball down. Mackey with some touches. Probing, looking for an opportunity. Gets it back to Squires. Squires steps up. Mackey sends to the outside. Connects up with Buchan on the outside. A fight for the ball down there. 2 Ankeny Hawkettes and a Tiger, and they're still fighting over possession. Goes out of bounds. Who are they going to get possession to? It'll go to the Hawkettes for a throw-in. Looks like Rodic is okay. She's going to be back into the game, bringing her 5 goals here on the season. Back for the final 8 minutes of the game. I think Ankeny's angling for another corner kick here, but the Tigers defense doing a nice job of being patient and under some pressure here. Squires to Paoli. Paoli can't control it. Kephart steps up now. Buchan is running that one down. She's going to have a good opportunity for a cross. Cross is sent right out of there by number 21, Nichols. Been really solid as the center back for the Tigers. Paoli with a shot from distance, but Pasquale, calm, cool, and collected right there in the box. Catches that one, no problem. Substitution, Rodic back in, and that'll be number 7 back in. No, it's not number 7, number 4 back in. Sophia Costello. That'll be Schoon with the throw-in, one of the other seniors on the squad for the Tigers. Yeah, Valley definitely likes that little half volley with the head, sending it over the top. So there's several people we see Rodich do that several times in the first half, and then just saw another one of the offensive players do it again.
Come on, let's build. Center. Nice. Ball.
Rodich threatening. Hawkettes in some trouble here. But Peterson steps up and sends that one out again. But the Tigers right back to attacking again. And a chip shot from the far side goes harmlessly over and out of the backside of the pitch.
Entering the game for the Hawkettes, number 5, Presley Sullivan.
Presley Sullivan back into the game for the Hawkettes. Takes the place of Marley Buchan. Had a nice series of runs down the far side there. Almost had some attacks. Be a throw-in for the Tigers on the far side. So Emma, you're a coach of either of these teams. What are they trying to do in these last 5 minutes of the game to get this win?
Push pressure.
Pressure?
Yep. Just trying to get down the field in any way possible.
And it's probably where you try to rely on your stars, your team leaders of your team to be able to maybe break something open here.
Yeah. You hear a lot more talking as the minutes went down from the players.
Yeah, the volume of the chatter has definitely gone up.
Yeah.
You feel that little bit of desperation from both teams trying to just get anything going to...
any momentum.
Yeah. But it's amazing because as soon as you think there is some momentum, the other team just literally just stuffs it and shuts it down. Like, here's a good example. We'll see what Tigers can do with this one as the defender goes down. And there we go again. Steinkamp draws the foul, but Steinkamp stepped up, stopped the ball, and took it and was off to the races. And this gets the Hawkettes out of trouble here and is going to give them an opportunity to launch the ball down to their side of the field. Yeah, if I'm the Hawkettes, I'm trying to get Mackey the ball in the middle with some space. And if I'm the Tigers, I'm trying to get it to Rodich and see if she could do some magic. Either one of these guys could end this game at 1-0 very, very easily. Roach with a nice little touch there, but it's just going to go harmlessly to the goalie. Goalie could have picked that one up, but I think she was unsure whether she could pick it up or not on who last touched it. But I think it has to be a direct ball to the goalie, which she can't pick it up. So if it's a deflection at all, she can pick those up every time, no matter who sends those in. Like I said, with both these teams being pretty desperate to get something going on here. Oh, nice little ball there. Tigers have some danger there. No call. Both crowds on their feet. I don't know if it was a foul or not. Would you think it was? I don't know. It was close. It was very close. Almost a good ball there. They've had an opportunity there, but see if the Hawkettes can keep it down here in the offensive zone as Taylor tries to step up. Hawkins tries to step up, or Shapfeld tries to step up. Nice move there from Taylor on the far side. She gets dragged down for a penalty. It'll be a free kick for the Hawkettes. Time's winding down, under a minute 30 here. My comment was kind of, Emma, is like, I think when you have a number 1 against number 2, it's 0-0 with a minute left. I think both teams can come out of this feeling pretty good. This is exactly what maybe should happen with two defensive-oriented teams. They've only given up 1 goal between the two of them. That both teams could come out of here, you know, even with the 0-0 tie, feeling pretty good about.
Yeah, for sure.
About how they played and how they could parlay a game like this into the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Probably looking at the last gasp here for the Tigers to get the ball down in their offensive zone. Mackey knocks that ball down, but it's launched again up to midfield. Steinkamp sends it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. They take it quickly. And Rodich just was not ready for that ball, and I really would have liked to see the goalie drop down on top of that one. It definitely could have been a touch for her. Goes out of bounds off the Tigers. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. 15 seconds left to go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Final shot there from Mackey, and it goes awry. It goes out of bounds, and that'll be the end of the game. It's a 0-0 tie between the number 1 ranked Ankeny Hawkettes and the number 2 ranked Valley Tigers. I don't think we could have really asked for anything else in a game like this. You know, it's two of the titans of the sport here in the state meeting up. A finalist last year with Valley and a semifinalist here with Ankeny. Any final thoughts for you, Emma?
No, good game, good matchup.
Well, this is Austin Oliver with Emma Eckhart and Josie Pollock on camera. We appreciate everybody being a part of the game tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you at our next event. This is Austin signing off.